Hi, I'm Tracy Selfer and I work with career-minded professional women. And women have been led to believe that they're not good with numbers, can't manage money, and one day someone will finally rescue them. Well, I'm here to dispel that myth once and for all. Today we're going to finish off on step number 6, which is to commit to the decision to change that we made throughout this process of kicking status quo in the butt once and for all. And status quo, we discussed, was feeling that you're stuck in a state of status quo where everything's same, but nothing changes. And you're feeling this niggling in the pit of your gut where you know life can be better, where you know you've got more to give, where you know that there's so much more passion on the other side, but you just don't know how to get there. So what we did was we assessed where we were and why we were stuck. Then we discovered who we were at our very core. And then we challenged the things that were getting in our way, such as our emotions, our social surroundings, and our spirituality. And from there, we chose the ideal vision for our life and what it looked like. And once we chose that, we made the ultimate decision, which is the action piece, the piece where we stepped across the line and said, yes, I am ready to decide. I'm going to make the change. But yesterday, when we spoke about committing to that decision, we understood that change was not easy. Change is a difficult journey. And remember, it does get a little bit difficult because it feels uncomfortable. We've been doing this for so long, it feels uncomfortable. And excuses get in the way. So it's not an easy step to change and to maintain that momentum of change. So my 6 rules today that I'm going to share with you is going to help you with that commitment piece and keep you on track when others don't like what they see with your change, which you're going to get a lot of that. And moments where you're frustrated and wondering what the hell are you doing because it doesn't feel comfortable. But change is never easy. And remember, I guarantee you, on the other side of change, on the other side of frustration, lies an endless bounty of beauty that is about to enter your life. So, without rambling on for too long, let's talk about my 6 rules. And the first rule is making sure that we are committing to the boundaries that we're setting up around ourselves. We need to make sure that we are honoring these boundaries. You must honor boundaries because without boundaries, you will be pulled from pillar to post. As women, you know, and we've talked about this, that we are so many things to so many people. Unless we create these boundaries around us, we will be at the beck and call of every single person in our lives, and there will never be any time for ourselves. So it's incredibly important to build boundaries around yourself, and it's like a self-protective mechanism. And this is going to help you when it gets tough. Rule number 2 is to make sure that you understand what works for you. You know, so many times, and I'm no different, right? You look at the people around you and you think, oh yes, you know, she goes for a jog every morning, that one does yoga, and this one does this, and this one does that, and I should be doing what she's doing because she's getting incredible results. Does it work for you? You are not her or him or anybody else. You are you. And I'm guessing it's taking you quite a while to work out who the hell you are, because that's not an easy journey on its own. So making sure that you stand strong in that space. Just because it works for them doesn't mean it's going to work for you. And just because it works for them doesn't mean it's right for you. Let go of that stuff. That stuff just holds you back and continuously keeps you on that treadmill of trying to achieve something but never getting anywhere, and then wondering what the hell's wrong with you. You need to let go of that. I'm giving you permission to let go of that. Work out what works for you and stick to that. Rule number 3, we're surrounded by them, aren't we? The naysayers. Stay away from negative people. Tune the naysayers out. They're not going to help you at all. Make sure you build a block, some sort of mechanism that as soon as they start talking, you either eliminate them from your life. And as you know, we can't choose our family, we can choose our friends. But what you can do is you can limit the time that you have with those people if they're in your family. So limit time to the naysayers and build a protective mechanism that all of a sudden you tune out with your ears, you're not listening to what they've got to say, and focus back into your own energy. Focus back into yourself and who you know you truly are because you made that decision to change. Remember, you can't go back. You've crossed the line. I've opened Pandora's box. So, rule number 4 is making sure that you tune in. I've said this quite a number of times in my rules here. This is rule number 4. You must tune into your inner self. Your inner self will never ever lead you astray. Tuning in means listening to that gut instinct. You know, the one that keeps going, yeah, I'm not sure. This doesn't feel right. Something about it doesn't feel right. It took me so long, such a long time in my own life to tune into my inner instinct, to my gut instinct. You know, my background is accounting and financial planning. I'm a numbers girl. I love it. But at the expense of the numbers piece and the logic piece, a lot of the time, the intuition and the spiritual side kind of goes astray, right? I'm learning and I'm still working on tuning in. Tuning in. The mind says something and it all makes sense. But when you tune in with your inner gut, it's never going to lead you astray. You need to start listening to her. And step number 5, you need to preserve that energy. You need to protect your energy. We are all energy fields, and I particularly am like a sponge. So if the energy around me is doom and gloom, I kind of suck that up a lot, and I know that that doesn't work for me. So I try desperately to make sure that I'm maintaining a high level of energy, staying in spaces and places and people that help me maintain that high level of energy, because I love energy. I am high energy naturally in my own state, but I need to be mindful that I'm protecting that energy level at all times. And finally, you need to make sure as women, step number 6, stop apologizing. We apologize for absolutely everything. It's been so ingrained in our language, because language is so powerful, that we don't even know we're saying it sometimes. We even apologize for things that we don't do. Go figure. And why do we do that? Not exactly sure. I'm not a psychologist, but I do know that we feel the need to make sure we're pleasing everyone all of the time, we're everything to everyone, and we like to make sure we're not offending or hurting anyone's feelings. Well, you know what? In life, sometimes that's going to happen, and you've got to be okay with that. You've got to stand in your own conviction and say, you know what? I'm not going to apologize for every single thing, because I am not actually that powerful. I don't control everything. I'm going to stay in my conviction, stand strong in who I am, what I stand for, what I represent, what do I want in life. I've created that vision. I've decided that I'm going to change. I need to change. But with change comes frustration. With change comes resistance. And the first resistance you're going to feel is internally. And then the second resistance you're going to feel is externally. And it's all going to happen. Be prepared for it. Get ready for it. It's not easy. But you know what? Here's one thing I didn't mention, and here's something I've lived by my whole life, and it's called never, ever give up. Never give up. You know, if you have a bad day today, oh well, it's just another day. Guess what? Tomorrow when you wake up, you get to start again. You get to reinvent yourself every single day, and the power in that, I guess for me, when I'm feeling down, because I'm human too, remember? When I'm feeling down and I'm not feeling so focused and I'm self-doubting and I'm falling into that space of internal resistance, I know that tomorrow is another day. I know I get to start again, and that is the one thing that keeps me going every single day of my life, because nothing is fixed. Everything is fluid, and that fluidness in life is what should give you the energy and the positivity to continue on. So never, ever give up. You're gonna have off days and you're gonna have great days. There is no way that you're gonna go through this journey without having some sort of hiccups along the way. But all I want you to remember in the back of your mind is Trace said, tomorrow is another day. So you know what? What do they say? Shit happens. Shit happens and shit days happen. Don't worry about it. Keep going, forging on. Remind yourself, go back and remind yourself that you decided that you didn't want to be in this state of status quo anymore. You were sick of that niggling feeling that there was more, and you discovered who you were at your core. You identified the challenges that were going on around you, spiritually, socially, and emotionally. And then you created that vision. And that vision is something you're not going to be able to get out of your head. You've started it, and you're going to have to finish it. And with the decision to change came the resistance. But what did you do? You stuck to my 6 rules for financially free women. Women who want to be strong, independent, and ultimately free of every single thing that holds them back in life, whatever that may be. Because only then do we have full commitment to who we are, to sharing our beauty with the world, and to living the fullest life, because life is a gift. And we know it's a gift more so now than ever before. Don't waste that gift away. Make sure you're tuning in every single day and remaining true to yourself. I'm Tracy Sofra. I work with career-minded professional women. Please like my page so we get to chat each and every single day. You get the notifications when I'm going live. And make sure you register for my program that's coming up really soon. I'm working extremely hard to get that to you. And that program is going to be life-changing, because if you like what I'm sharing with you now, you're going to love what I'm going to be sharing with you when that's released, and you'll get early access when it is released. So make sure you click the button below and then fill in your details. I'm loving being with you. I'm loving chatting to you. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Take care. And I'll see you on the other side. Bye.